Hey guys, Waddler-D here. This is another My Thoughts segment, and I'm going to try to do these a lot more regularly, but this is one thing that's been on my mind a lot lately, and I feel that it's one that I should get out sooner rather than later, because it's one thing that I do see on YouTube quite a bit, and I myself have been a victim of it, and I just want to let you guys know about my thoughts on jealousy/envy in the numbers game. And if you try to play the numbers game to win, you will always lose. I can tell you right away, you will always lose, because the numbers game is a blessing and a curse at the same time. But before I go into much more depth about that, I think we're going to focus more on the idea of jealousy and envy. These two words are something that's been plaguing my life for quite a bit. I can say that I have been a jealous person quite a bit, and I have had moments of envy about other things, and it's not something that I can really say that I haven't, because it's kind of been all over my life regarding this. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that's pretty much what's happened. I've had all this jealousy and envy in my life, and it's just kind of grew, or the jealousy kind of just grew into envy, and that's basically where I'm at. And I'm starting to realize this now, and I'm going to try to make some steps to not be so selfish in that regard. But more importantly, I think I should probably explain the differences between jealousy and envy. For one thing, let's start about jealousy, because I'd say that's where things kind of start off. For one thing, jealousy is something that causes resentment for someone that has gained something that you feel that you more rightly deserve. For instance, say you are just starting out and you getting some good success going in some ways. You're getting viewers, you're getting likes, you're getting comments, you're getting subscribers and whatnot. And then some guy that just started just like snaps. He just goes right the fuck up the chain. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? How does he do it, and why am I still here? That's what first thing you would probably come to thinking. It also cannot be just plain success in that regard. It can be like other things, like, say for instance, someone got a position at a job and you felt like you deserved the promotion, then bam, some other guy's like, oh, I was just started off like 2 weeks ago, and the guys want me to be like the assistant manager or something. You can look at it that way, and it's like, geez, what the heck? I've been here for like 3 years, and I'm still not getting anywhere. So that sort of thing is where I'd say jealousy starts to kick in, where someone just gets better than you. And hell, it's not even in that situation. It can be with siblings, family, loved ones, etc. Another thing about jealousy is that it creates an anxiety for losing what you got now. For instance, for some, in the case of YouTube, there might be like a fear of, like when there's a lag in comments, likes, views, subscribers, you're like, what's going on? Where am I going here and such? It's like it makes you afraid of something that might not even happen. And that kind of feeling is where you start to doubt yourself. And that's why I don't want... That's another reason why jealousy can be a really bad thing. It's where it makes you think that you're not doing enough to get better and better and better. And from that, it generates this pressure where you always have to impress everyone all the time. You always have to be better than the other guys. You always have to basically feel like you're competing all the damn time. It's a really frustrating feeling sometimes, because it's like you always have to do your best, and sometimes you can't always do your very best. It's like asking for so much more than you can possibly offer sometimes. I mean, sure, if one has the spirit for it, sure, they can probably drive themselves as hard as they damn can, as long as there's something for it in the end. But in the matter of jealousy, there might not always be that end. It can just keep going and going, and then some person, they'll just get kind of tired of it, and then this is where I say if it's something that lingers on for a while, jealousy becomes I say the worst form of envy. Envy is where you just have kind of given up in regards of trying to beat the other guy, and you're just like, And basically you start to get like a longing or desire to possess something that's rewarded or something that has been achieved by somebody else. It can be friends, it can be someone that you don't like, it can just be somebody else. And that feeling is where you start to get this drive of motivation to improve upon yourself. And while it can be a good thing in that regards, it is also pretty much a bad thing, because sometimes it can be very unhealthy motivation. Like, for instance, if it is some guy that doesn't have a lot of muscles and they see that this other guy getting a lot of ladies and whatnot, and then as a result they want to work out, and they work out and they work out and they don't do anything else, you can start to see that that person might be wearing themselves out secretly, and then they could just, I don't know, end up hurting themselves, something like that. Basically, there's this desperation of motivation where they kind of work too hard, and kind of forget about their own self and just kind of wear themselves down even more. Or B, it could create these moments of desperation where while it may have like a short time reward of you're getting a lot more fame and whatnot, there is a long time consequence of losing some things that you had and some people are dear to you. That's what I can say can happen. I mean, envy can just kind of drive people into a whole new level. Like, for instance, some people are jealous of some other things and just want to be the best, and then they just end up doing some backhanded things like backstabbing others, or just saying, or just trying to do something just to get more attention. That thing kind of can be very nasty, honestly. I can say that envy has driven me to have some unhealthy motivations to try to improve. Like, for instance, there's some times where I was always like asking you guys, what can I do to make myself better? And you guys usually give me the answer saying, well, Waddler, there's not much you can do to make yourself better because we feel like you're doing a good job already. And in some cases I was like, yeah, but I don't feel like I'm doing a good job myself. And there's a good reason why I was thinking that, because another thing about envy is that it kind of gives you this feeling that you're worse than others. Like, worse in my case, I felt I was not the best LPer because I didn't think there was something I was doing right. And as a result, I feel like all the praise that I kept getting was like, yeah, I know, but this and this. One thing I need to understand is that I appreciate all your guys' praise, and I'm starting to understand that with envy, you don't focus so much on the praise that you get. You focus on the negativity that you get a lot more. And with that, you kind of judge yourself, and that's kind of where I'm coming to the point where envy has basically made me a man that doubts their own strengths. And from that, it's kind of been really hard. Because from what I understand, I do have a lot more than I think I do sometimes. And I really appreciate all your guys' support on that, because it's definitely been helpful that I have so many people that I can talk to and express what I like and dislike and all that stuff, and at the same time I always have you guys to comment back, and I love reading comments. I keep stressing this enough because comments are how I feel connected with the community. And before I get too much more into that, I think I'm going to say this, that envy is basically the greater of two evils. Jealousy is usually initial reaction that you have to things that happen to you that don't go your way and go someone else's way. This can be a person of interest, this can be wealth, success, fame, this can just be something like spiritualness. It can just be anything in the world, and it's just something that can happen. And if you keep getting these moments of jealousy stir up again and again and again and again, and it just keeps not going your way while you're getting in this fit of rage about what's happening with you, and this anxiety that's building up into you, it becomes this feeling of envy, where you just long for things in such a way where it just becomes a little unhealthy. And this longing is just a festering desire of getting those things that you didn't get in the past. And from that, you kind of do push yourself really hard, or you do some things that are very, very looked down upon. And it's just, it's just very, very nasty. I can say that now that I come to this realization that I've been envious in some way about some of my activities of trying to do better and better, not so much for the purpose of what I'm doing, but for just making myself be more up on the pedestal. That's basically what I'm seeing here, and that's one big thing I want to talk about, because this comes along with the whole numbers game that I see on YouTube. And it's basically the 4 things that pretty much matter to most YouTube people, or most YouTube channels. It's for views, comments, likes/dislikes, and subscribers. That's the 4 big numbers that I see on YouTube. Basically, if you have more of these things, you are technically more successful to other people. That's what I see. At the same time, if you're not getting enough of these, it's that you're not being successful. That's the black and white way to look at it. And one thing that I've been catching myself doing a lot lately is I always go looking at the video manager over and over and over again to see how the likes and dislikes and views and comments are coming. And it's like, why the fuck am I doing this? Why do I always have to do this when I upload videos? Is it like I have an OCD kind of habit going with this? And it's something that I really want to stop, because for one thing, it's stupid. I think it's not all that great to keep looking at a fucking page with stats on it just to see if you're doing well on a damn site that is for not so much for competition, it's for community. I mean, it's not so much that you're competing against other people, it's more the fact that you're just presenting videos for the entertainment of others and then having a good damn time. That's one thing that pisses me off about the numbers game, because it just kind of makes you obsessed on the numbers and not what you're really doing. For instance, I do like to get a lot of comments. That's the most important things. I like when I see when other people enjoy the video enough to say, oh, I like this video. And in the same time, I can understand when people like to hit the thumbs down button. And sure, subscribers are great too, because that means you have more people watch your videos, so that means there's going to get you more views, etc., etc. It's kind of like a little circle of life sort of thing. However, the thing is that if you get so wrapped up in the numbers that you feel like if you need to have more of those numbers, and there's some points in your life where, or some points where you might upload some videos and then the numbers don't go as the way you want it, it can be disappointing. And this disappointment is where you can get this feeling of, what the fuck did I do wrong? Where is it something that I'm not doing? What's that other guy doing? You start thinking about other people and their success, and it's like, and you kind of start to get a little jealous about it. It's like, wait, what are they doing that I'm not doing that's getting them views and not me? You see where I'm going with this? The numbers game is definitely something that I would suggest all people doing videos on YouTube to look at, and try to look at it in a different way. For instance, picture 2 guys. One that's very successful, all the way high up, getting a lot of views, subscribers, likes, dislikes, and comments, and view a guy that's just starting out. Just starting out with like 1 or 2 views, barely getting any comments, no likes or dislikes, and then switch it around. See the guy that was up at the top get knocked right down to the bottom, and see this guy that's at the bottom just move up to the top all of a sudden. How do you think those two people would feel exactly? How do you think the guy that was at the top feel when he gets knocked down to the bottom again, something where he started at 5 years ago, and make him think how that person would be? He would probably be jealous of the other person that just started out first and foremost and just got to the top all of a sudden. He'd think, oh, he took all my fucking subscribers and all this shit. And at the same time, the person that might have just started out getting all this sudden success, they might feel like they're on top of the world, and they might try to do their best to maintain that, and that can lead to other things. I don't know. And that's one thing I would suggest guys to do, not to focus so much on the numbers. The numbers are basically there to tell you that. It doesn't... I appreciate the whole showing of how many people are viewing the videos. It gives me an indication of what's happening. But I want to try to focus less and less on the numbers and more the people that I'm entertaining and giving messages out to. And it's probably going to be a little bit of a hard thing, but I think just getting this video out is a good damn start, because I don't want to, I'm not going to ask for sympathy or pity. I'm definitely not going to ask for anything else other than a discussion on this matter and what you think about it and what you guys want to say about it, because I want to hear what you guys want to bring to the table regarding this matter of the numbers game and how it can affect jealousy and envy. So please guys, please leave your comments, leave pretty much what you want to say, and don't try to bring up any past incidents, because it's not a matter of that, it's just a matter of what you think about all of this, the numbers games and how people react to it, because that's the most important thing, the idea, not the events, the idea of it. Because the idea is what's going to keep making things happen. And when people get the idea of it, that might cause a different kind of thinking. So, I hope you enjoyed this another installment of my thoughts. And I really appreciate you guys taking your time to listen to this video and what I had to say. And I hope that you guys enjoyed your day and your week and whatever time you want this to last. So, thanks for watching, have a great day, and adios.